Hi guys, let's talk a little bit about Aptos, because as you can see, Aptos has, from the bottom to the top did, 338%. That's, 4x, 5x towards the upside. The big question is, is this going to continue? Is there anything, wrong with the chart? How high? Now, the problem with Aptos is, it doesn't have that much history data, so we cannot find any kind of, resistance level up here in the background and say, these resistance level are very important. So, how do we analyze the chart? Will this continue towards upside or not? So let's analyze a little bit and see, how we do this. So on the daily time frame, you'll see up here that Aptos is just going crazy, like forever up here. On the daily time frame, just exploding towards the upside. It really doesn't look like there is anything wrong with the chart. It didn't do the move. I mean, yes, it did like 4x, 5x right now, but it didn't do the move that would get me like, okay, this is, something is very, very wrong. If you look, for example, on the RSI down here, on the daily time frame, you'll see that the RSI right now is sitting up at 90, and people might say, oh my, this is, overbought. It's too high, it needs to pull back, and so forth, but that's not the case. In any kind of bullish scenario, the price just continues pumping towards upside. Doesn't matter how overbought it is. You need some kind of indication that something is, it's hitting some kind of resistance, it's getting some kind of divergences, the momentum is going down, and right now I'm going to show you that there is literally nothing on Aptos right now telling me that this needs to pull back for whatever reason. The only thing why it should pull back is because it's getting a little bit overextended, maybe towards the upside up here. You can see up here we had first extension over here. This is my own indicator called TLA overextensions indicator, and you can see up here there was some kind of overextensions. It kind of went a little bit sideways, pulled back that overextension, and right now it's continuing towards the upside. So it's getting some kind of overextension, and short term it might consolidate just like it did over here, but nothing is telling me right now that this needs to pull back or it's over or anything like that. So let's analyze a little bit more up here. On the weekly time frame, what we're gonna see is that we don't have any kind of MACD or RSI on the chart yet. Let me just remove these things over here because they always pop up for some reason. There we go. We're also going to see that we did break the resistance levels towards the upside. So we don't have any kind of resistances above us. Over here, there was the first resistance at 5.18. We crossed that. The white line, that's the 10 moving average. We broke that. The top up here at 9.7, that's broken. Right now, it's sitting at 12.7. And all of the resistances seem to be broken. If you go to the 2 daily time frame, you also see the 2 daily time frame, everything is still broken. We are above 10 moving average, above 20 moving average, everything seems to be broken. On the daily time frame, again, everything is broken towards upside. Basically, we are in a no man's land where we don't have any kind of, resistance levels above us. So what do we do then? But the important thing is that right now that the moving averages are not resistance lines and horizontal levels are not resistances because we don't have any. The only thing that we have right now is some kind of a trend line over here. I'm going to show you that's right now telling us that maybe, just maybe, we might be coming to some kind of top. That doesn't mean that this top is gonna, stop and, fall back down, but it does mean that there might be a little bit of rejection over there. So now that we don't have any kind of, resistance line, everything is broken towards the upside, we can see how this is actually trending. The first move down here was something like this over here. You can see that it was slowly picking up speed over here and then explode towards the upside. Once this explosion happened, there is a new trend over here that's being created. It goes something like this. I think it's either this one over here or this one over here, give or take one of these two lines. Let's remove the moving averages up. They're not very, very helpful. I think it might be this because it does, nicely correlates with these bottoms over here. I mean, you could also put like this and say this is the line. Doesn't matter. It's such a small difference between these two lines that it really doesn't matter. Let's put it up here. Okay, this seems nicer because it confirms it down here. But this is right now the new trend. This is right now the new trend, and what you're gonna see here is that this new trend is not broken yet. So we got some kind of a resistance up here line created by these two levels up here. So when it was starting going towards the upside, it hit these two these 2 points. These 2 points create a new trend line. You can right now see that we have still a while to go to get to that resistance. Now it's important to notice that just because you are hitting the resistance doesn't mean that you are going to get rejected by that resistance, because you can actually break through that resistance and explode towards the upside. That can always happen. What we are interested in right now is not actually figuring out whether the price is going to explode or not. We're going gonna figure out that at a later point. But right now it's very important to us is where that resistance is, and once we get to that resistance, how the price will react to that level. You can see up here it is climbing towards the upside up here, and if you pop the moving averages on the chart, you'll see that we are getting a little bit extend from the moving averages. So some kind of, you know, consolidation part up here before some kind of move towards the upside might actually happen. Now, there is no problem with Aptos. If you look at the indications, yes, on the daily time frame, the Aptos right now is sitting at 90 levels on the RSI, but there is no divergence on the RSI. There is no divergence, and you know, divergences would be one of the key indications that, you know, the momentum is dying, that's pushing too hard, too fast. But over here, there is no divergence. You can see here that the RSI is going up, the price is going up, there is no divergence. Not only that, the MACD down here don't have any kind of, over here we had a momentum, you know, dying down with the price, which is quite nice and fine. But right now the momentum is again picking up speed while the price is still going towards upside. So even MACD is telling us right now that there is no problem with the price of Aptos. Over here on the overextension chart, although we are getting more extended previously over here, we are still in some kind of you know, we still the overextensions are following the price as well. So, you know, it is only normal for the price to get a little bit more extended than the last time. So everything seems very, very normal, very, very nice. The big question is how high this is gonna go. Unfortunately, I don't know that. The only thing we know is once these lines get broken, let's turn off the moving averages up here and go to the 4-hourly time frame. The only thing we know is that right now the only pattern we can see on the chart over here, and I do actually like this line over here, so we're gonna use that. The only thing we know is that this, you know, expanding musical instrument towards the upside right now has this resistance up here, support down here at the bottom, hoping that it's gonna, you know, pull back down to the support so you can buy the dip again. It's a very risky choice. It's a very risky choice. But what I do know is once this pattern over here, once this expanding musical is broken towards the downside or towards the upside, there will be very volatile moves. So what we are looking for Aptos right now is a consolidation up here, some kind of consolidation to show that the price is bullish, that it can hold the moving averages, that it can hold some, you know, small time frame support lines up here. If it is the case, there might be some kind of, you know, support over here where the price will hold the support and bounce out of this rising wedge. Right now the rising wedge is going very, very slowly, and I've seen a lot of bullishness in Aptos and a lot of people are talking about, but the big moves are gonna come once we actually break this resistance towards the upside. Unfortunately, we don't know whether it's gonna break it or not, but there is nothing wrong with the charts, guys. There is nothing wrong with the chart. If you want to trade Aptos, you know where to find the Bybit link down below. And I'll see you around, guys. I'll see you around. Maybe do an update on Aptos. Bye-bye.